A special teams miscue right off the bat, and they'll take over in... So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. A first down for the offense. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up, get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. The give to the back. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Crosses the 30, he's got away. Touchdown, Kansas State. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
I don't know how many people expected this to happen, playing on the road in this environment against a better opponent, but they showed tremendous poise. On the opening drive, nice execution. They scored a touchdown. That was big time.
And he splits the uprights on the extra point. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Oh, he's going to take a chance. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes the offense on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking down the middle. That was an eyelash away from being picked off, and that is not the way to set the tone with a near pick on your opening drive. After the incompletion, they go back up top. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is coming.
We know this guy's a weapon, not just taking handoffs, but he can catch the ball too. That play, not so much. Got to do a better job reeling it in.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Back to throw, it's Milroe. It's complete on the right side. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
That's a real good-looking throw. And I know at Alabama recently they've had a lot of different quarterbacks, and they've also had a lot of different guys calling plays. But one thing that's never seemed to waver is how explosive the offense has been, and the big reason is because of the efficient play they've had consistently year in, year out at the quarterback position as well. They recruited extremely well. They coach these guys up. And this is a guy who loves football, loves the X's and O's, and you're seeing it translate onto the field right now.
And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to them.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
This offense has a second down play. Little touch pass to the receiver. They could have used a little bit more there. Pick up a 3. It's 3rd and 7.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth game if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
On fourth down, flexing that muscle in the run game. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
This is a running back, man, that just finds a way to get it done. Critical fourth down, everyone thinking they're going to throw the football, but they hand it off to him, and he helps keep this drive alive.
Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Looking to move it through the air. Setting up the screen. No sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking for a man. It's Milroe. And that pass intercepted. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
That's the end of the third quarter. Kansas State 7, Alabama 0.
First down to start the drive after the break. The option look. Quick toss. At the 40, there he goes. And that's what this option will do to you. They got the pitch man free, and he was off to the races.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
I'll tell you what, when those little guys make those physical plays like that, it kind of jacks everybody up in the huddle because it's usually the guy breaking ankles, but he's like breaking tackles. Now he's giving you some serious energy.
They make the stop after a pickup of 3. Balls at the 18.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs, but I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Now the toss.
Have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line.
Impressive 18-yard touchdown run. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Leaves it with the back. Twist his way through. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. They were backed up in their own end. Now a bit of a change of sceneries there across the 35. 1st and 10 from the 36. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Scanning the field, it's Milroe. Fires to the middle. Complete downfield. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
He wants to throw.
Fuck it, bro.
Traffic, it's picked off. Got room on
No,
the return.
really,
At the 30.
you won't do this.
Inside the 10.
I only lost one game in the tip with my last game. I'm really hot. Seriously.
Look, a lot of time left.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of distance right now being
What
turned on
the
the
fuck
score.
is going?
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for,
Come
and
out
then
there
you jump the
quick.
route and you
Man,
make
your
the
ass won't
plays
be
and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
Alabama, 0.
Still second
From
quarter.
back
I'm
of
gonna
the
show
end
you
zone, he'll
that.
bring it out. That
That's how
gamble
fast
did
I score.
not pay off as they bring him down at the
I'm
12-yard
just trying
line.
other shit. That's what I'm doing. That's why you kicking that shit and doing all that
Here comes that Alabama offense.
shit.
They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity.
And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
It's a good young lesson for all young receivers out there. Never jump up and down waving your hands trying to get the attention of the quarterback, because guess what? All you're doing instead is getting the attention of the defense. They're able to run over and get the INT.
Ah, that's that good.
They bring him
Yeah,
down,
that
and he's
shit
going
down.
to lose a yard on that one.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making a tackle for a loss.
Got it in the middle. It's Johnson. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
Yeah, and that was tough on the DB, right? He's trying to cover the receiver on a drag route, running back over the middle of the field. You're trying to avoid all the linebackers, all the congestion. He just couldn't stay with them long enough, and as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense. No, you got to be aggressive here, because if you score a touchdown, the nail is in the coffin. This might be ball game, and even if you don't get it, they're not going to have to drive the entire
I'm in the lead. Everything's going right.
It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
Well, it's a good news, bad news scenario. You got the pick, and you would have liked to have paid that off with a touchdown, but because the drive stalls out, you're still happy to get the field.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. He didn't get a lot on the return, but man, did he set his offense up at the 30. Line gets set, first down. On the option. He'll pitch it. At the 20, he's got space. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Wildcats!
Yeah, you got
What a day. His 3rd rushing touchdown. And when you got your college fantasy football team going, this guy is racking those points up for you. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
And he tacked on the extra point. They couldn't draw up a drive better than that one. Just gashed him for the big play in the running game. 1 snap, 1 touchdown. He's going to try his luck from the end zone. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes that Alabama offense. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with a young fellow on the sideline. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
Scrambling away. Buys a little extra time. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock. 1 more snap coming before halftime. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Back to pass, it's Milroe. Buying some time. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. Kansas State will kick off as we get things started here in the 3rd quarter. He'll bring it out. It's Henderson. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't cry it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make...
And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll...